everyone. This is a tutorial video on how to complete your first lesson for this week, which was the circulatory system web quest. So from your Google Classroom Forensic Science, you're going to want to click up top on classwork. We were in week 16, which was January 4th through the 8th. The assignment is titled number 1, the circulatory system. So you're going to want to click on that. It's going to go ahead and load the page. When the page is loaded, you're just going to want to type your name. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and load the assignment here. So I'm going to read through the instructions and then we can look at some of the questions, but most of the questions are going to be for you to answer by yourself. So the instructions say, view the infographic below carefully and use it to answer the questions on slide 2. So I'll read this briefly. I have underlined the important parts that will help you on your questions on slide 2. The circulatory system consists of 3 independent systems that work together: the heart, cardiovascular, lungs, and pulmonary. Arteries, veins, and portal vessels are the systemic. This system is responsible for the flow of blood, nutrients, oxygen, and other gases, as well as hormones to and from cells. Then it goes through and lists the parts. Arteries, red, carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart through the body. Veins, blue, carry oxygen-poor blood back to the heart. We have the superior vena cava, carries oxygen-poor blood into the heart from the top of the body. Here's the heart here. The aorta carries oxygenated blood from the heart to the organs and tissues. So then it talks about the blood and the blood vessels. The system of blood vessels in the human body measures about 6,000 miles. The systemic circulation is a major portion of the circulatory system. The network of veins, arteries, and blood vessels transport oxygenated blood from the heart, delivers oxygen and nutrients to the blood, to the body cells, and then returns the deoxygenated blood to the heart. One thing I did want you to know is that deoxy means without oxygen. So when you see that in the writing, you're just going to want to know that that's blood without oxygen. And here it lists the part of the hearts. So for the questions on the next slide, you'll see them here. What are the 3 parts that make up the circulatory system? What is the function of blood vessels in the human body? And then the last one, give 1 similarity and 1 difference between veins and arteries. Moving on, we're going to go to slide 3. I'll read this out loud. The heart lies at the center of the circulatory system and pumps blood through the rest of the network. This hollow muscle is made up of 4 chambers. The left and right atriums make up 2 chambers at the top, and the left and right ventricles form the 2 chambers at the bottom, according to the University of Michigan. The chambers are separated by one-way valves to ensure the blood flows in the correct direction. The rest of the circulatory system is made up of 2 independent networks that work together: the pulmonary and the systemic systems. So pulmones, like in Spanish, means lungs. So that means lungs. That's the pulmonary system is responsible for providing fresh oxygen to the blood and removing carbon dioxide, according to the National Center for Biotechnology Information. Oxygen-poor blood arrives from the veins leading to the right atrium of the heart. The blood is then pumped through the right ventricle, then through the pulmonary artery, which splits off into 2 and divides into increasingly smaller arteries and capillaries before entering the lungs. Okay, so basically, pulmonary system is delivering oxygen-poor or blood without oxygen to the heart, whereas the systemic system of arteries, veins, and capillaries takes over. Arteries and veins are not the same, although they were both types of blood vessels. Arteries carry oxygen and nutrient-rich blood from the heart to all parts of your body. Okay, so that's the information you're going to need to answer the questions on slides 4 and 5. And lastly, on slide 5, you're going to put the diagram of the heart together by moving the words in the word bank onto the correct line. So here are the words in the word bank, and you'll see the diagram here. I did label the right atrium, should be actually pointing right here. The inferior vena cava and the left atrium for you, because the diagram you're going to want to use is on slide 1 and it's missing these 3. All right, so this is how you can work on the circulatory system assignment.